All right, today we're going to trace a line all the way from a simple wooden calculator, the Abacus, to the most powerful AI we've ever seen. It's a wild journey, but it reveals something really fundamental about what it even means to be a master of your craft, and, how that whole idea is changing, literally, as we speak. So let's start with a kind of weird question, but stick with me here. Who is the Abacus master of today? I know it sounds strange, but seriously, the answer to this question tells us pretty much everything we need to know about where our skills, our jobs are all headed. Okay, so let's rewind a bit. It's kind of hard to imagine now, but for centuries, the Abacus wasn't just a tool, it was the computer. That was it. And the person who could use it, the Abacus master, well, they were absolutely essential. I mean, in business, banking, government, you name it. If you had someone who could whip that thing around with speed and accuracy, you had a massive edge over everyone else. But here's the thing. It wasn't just about sliding beads back and forth. No way. Their skills went so much deeper. We're talking about incredible mental math. Like, they could literally see the abacus in their heads. And that took insane concentration, a super sharp memory. But maybe the most important skill of all was this thing called number sense. It was this gut feeling, an intuition for when the numbers looked right and, crucially, when they were just plain wrong.
So, fast forward to today. Who's that person now? Who's the indispensable master? Well, the whole idea has been totally rebooted for the digital world.
Yep, you guessed it. The Abacus master of the past, they're the Python programmer or the Excel wizard of today. These are the new masters of information. They're the ones every single company depends on to sort through the chaos and make sense of it all. Okay, but hold on. This is where it gets really interesting. The role might feel the same, the go-to expert. But why they're valuable, that is completely flipped. So what's the big difference here? It all comes down to this one massive shift from manual efficiency to automation efficiency. Think about it. The Abacus master's value was literally in their hands, how fast they could move. Maybe they could balance the books for one shop. But the Python master? Their value is in their brain. They design a system that can do the work of hundreds, even thousands of people, all automatically. So you see, the value isn't about doing the work anymore. It's about building the machine that does the work for you. And right when we're all getting comfortable with that idea, boom, the next big jump is already happening. The whole story of what it means to be a master is evolving again, and this time, it's all about AI. Now, I know what you're thinking. A lot of people are scared that AI is just going to replace programmers, right? But that's not really the right way to look at it. The real change, the next evolution, is moving away from writing every single line of code by hand and instead learning how to collaborate with an AI. Think of it like this. The game isn't about being the bricklayer anymore. It's about being the architect who tells a whole army of super smart robot builders what to do. So in this new world, the number one most valuable skill, it's not about memorizing code syntax. It's about communication. It's about knowing how to ask the perfect question, how to give the clearest instructions. The new master is the one who can guide the AI to get amazing, useful, and correct results. Okay, so what does this new kind of master actually need to know? Let's break it down. We're going to look at 5 core skills for this new AI era, and you'll see how each one is a direct evolution from what that old Abacus master used to do. All right, let's go through these. First up, simple calculation power evolves into data literacy. It's not just about crunching the numbers anymore. It's about understanding what they mean. Second, mental math turns into algorithmic thinking. You're not doing the steps in your head. You're designing the logical steps for the machine. Third, remember that number sense? That becomes data intuition. It's the skill of looking at a giant pile of data and just sensing when something's off or biased. Fourth, physical dexterity, fast fingers, becomes tool fluency. This is about mastering the whole suite of modern tools. AI, APIs, scripts, the whole shebang. And finally, number 5, basic business acumen evolves into true AI collaboration. This is where you're not just using AI, you're partnering with it to make big strategic calls. Okay, let's put this all together. Let's take a bird's eye view of this whole journey, past, present, and future. So look at this. In the past, you had the Abacus. The core strength was manual calculation, and the role was basically support staff. Right now, in the present, the tool is Excel or Python. The strength is automation, and the role is an efficiency expert. But the future? The tool is AI. The core strength is automating thought itself, and the role? A creative, strategic partner. The master is literally moving from the back room right into the boardroom.
And this really brings us to the single most important point of this whole explainer. The tools, they're always going to change. First, it was the abacus, then the calculator, then spreadsheets, and now AI. If you get too attached to any one tool, you're going to be left behind. It's that simple. Real mastery, the kind that lasts, is all about adaptation. It's about understanding the core ideas and being ready always to pick up the next tool.
And so that leaves us with just one final question to think about. Because this whole evolution, it's not over, not even close. The next chapter is being written as we speak. So the real question, the one you have to ask yourself, is this: what kind of master are you going to become?